This PGA Championship edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. Bet $50 at WynnBet and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBet. Download the WynnBet app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their over/under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to download the SGPN app, your home for all of our free picks and podcasts.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Well, it's golf. We're talking golf, Sean. That can only mean one thing: golf guys wearing golf clothes, talking golf bets.
Yes. Of course, we are rocking. You're rocking your Masters polo, and I'm rocking the Masters hat. Steve Schirmer, when he went to the Masters, was kind enough to pick these up for us. Again, I was like, "Oh, this hat's awesome!" But then in my head, I go, "When am I going to wear this hat? Is it for 4 days out of the year? Like, what am I going to?" And so now, anytime we talk golf on the show, I'm getting some hat use in because it is a sweet hat. It's a great logo and a great time to get down on golf over at WynnBet.com. Of course, bet big, win bigger on WynnBet, and they got an awesome promotion going down. That's right. If you bet $100 or more, obviously on the Major Golf Championship this week, you'll get entered to win a 2-night stay at the Wynn Las Vegas, including a round at the Wynn Golf Club. Multiple entries are allowed. So again, if you bet $1,000 on the PGA Championship between Thursday and Sunday, or obviously the championship runs Thursday to Sunday. If you bet $1,000, you get 10 entries. So every $100, you're good to go there. And of course, sign up over at WynnBet.com and click the opt-in on the golf trip to the Wynn Las Vegas. Ryan, we see that course every time we're out there, and it is just sparkling green. Looks awesome. Make sure you get in over there. And as we know, offers subject to change, terms and conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. These next two gentlemen, they don't have a gambling problem. They're winning. That's right. Bert joining us here to talk the PGA Championship, co-host of the Golf Gambling Podcast. First up, Mr. Steve Schirmer. Steve, what's happening, man?
Not much, gentlemen. Looking very dapper tonight.
Yes.
Thanks for having me on. And looking forward to breaking down the second major of the year and firing off some pretty hot takes tonight.
Yes. Hot takes are loaded. What's up, Ryan?
Look good, play good, they pay good. I think that's what Deion said.
Sanders.
And I bring it back to the hat, Sean.
Yeah.
You are now joining the Mount Rushmore of esteemed fans of things like Rob Lowe in the NFL. Yeah. So congratulations.
Well, again, it's if you like a certain golfer, what do you wear? Like you rock like a Nike golf. You can't rock like a Tiger hat.
You can love the Masters. Like it's an event that you can love. So it's not quite like the NFL.
PGA Championship, if you're listening, I don't know what your logo is, but I would certainly wear that hat if it's a free.
If they're paying you, right?
Yeah.
Or it's free.
If it's free,
you're not doing too much. I mean,
I am rocking a Coors Light shirt. They are they're not. Their ad run ended, but I talked to the Coors Light guy. I go, is it okay if I still talk about how awesome Coors Light is, even though you're not currently paying me? He said, yeah, that's totally fine.
We got a gift bag. We got a Coors Light gift bag. It's worth it.
Join as well. Steve Schirmer's co-host, the yin to the yang. I don't know which one of you guys is yin or yang. Boston Capper, what's up, Capper?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I mean, I appreciate the corporate shilling you just did right there. That is
gotta
awesome.
get as many shout outs. I love shouting out corporations, especially hey, they keep the lights on.
I'm going to tell the story again because it's relevant, but I wish everyone could have seen Sean talking to the Coors Light rep, explaining how this was a dream scenario. He was happy to talk about Coors Light because it is his personal favorite beer.
Yeah.
And you should have seen the Coors Light guy. He was in heaven / maybe didn't give a shit, but also seemed like he was in heaven.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's a Coors Light rep.
Let's talk golf.
The guy's ice cold.
Speaking
as cold
of
as the
Coors
Rockies. We're getting Capper post Celtics loss, non-cover. Of course, Kramer and I being NBA sharps all over that. I also said Jimmy Butler would have a massive game. Dog.
Sean, remember when you tried to bet the spread and we called you a pussy?
I tried to bet the money line
and we called you a pussy.
Yeah, and I didn't appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I did end up betting the money line. I got it at -120, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to let Ryan or Munaf get in my head. Doesn't matter. I'm going to still win.
I'm shocked. Well, I got us at I thought we were at golf levels. I got to turn us down to football levels. We're jacked up tonight.
All right, listen, the Celtics money line game 2. That third quarter was an absolute fucking wretch. Like unbelievable. 22-2 run. That shit doesn't happen, and that's why I bet the +14.5 and +10.5. One cash, one didn't. It is what it is.
There was a moment pre-show where Capper and Sean were kind of belly aching about the NBA. And I kind of had a moment where I looked over at Steve and I was like, oh yeah, he's feeling the same thing I am right now, which is choo choo the Shane train with Brian Day. I mean, that's all we're thinking about. We don't care about the NBA. We're thinking about OTAs, mini camps, the Giants NFC East championship this year. Don't be reasonable, Steve. Don't talk me down. Let's talk about golf.
Yeah, no, I have dreams of Thibodeau just coming across the line, just slamming quarterbacks in the ground because we haven't seen that in 5 years. Thanks, Dave Gettleman, finally addressing the position. So yeah,
I told
do you guys still have Daniel Jones as your quarterback? I was just curious.
Yeah, that's just details.
You stepped on the Mr. Jones drop,
Sorry, I wasn't sure if the quarterback was an important position.
I told the wife.
I can't remember if it is or not. So if you still have Daniel Jones, I don't give a fuck who else you have.
I expressed sincerely to the wife that this was the most aroused I've been about a male athlete in some time. Kayvon Thibodeau, let's fucking go. I wish I could have put him in my DFS lineup this week. I want a dick rubbed on me.
Yes. All right.
Old school. Nice.
Yes. I had to dust that off. All right. We're going to talk PGA Championship.
Why is that on there?
I'm on the second page of the drops because we have to talk about this. We're going to hit on some big topics. Then we're going to get to DFS Idol and then some long shot, any outright bets we like as well. This is Ryan. This is historic. This is the first time ever that we have a Days of Our League for golf.
Wow.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our league.
Phil Mickelson went out on a limb and said some things, some controversial things. And now he suffers some consequences. Where did Phil go? Is he in a coma? Will he come back? He wouldn't miss the PGA Championship, or would he? Steve, I'll let you go. As a TMZ golf guy, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I get it. He said some stuff about the Saudi government, which again, that's a whole other kettle of fish, as Norm Macdonald used to say, for another podcast. To me, it didn't seem like, is everyone so in bed with the Saudis that they took it personally? Either way, whatever he said, it was like, okay, he chirped a little bit. But now to miss his chance to defend his PGA Championship title, like that him winning it last year was one of the coolest moments in golf, I thought. Is someone telling him not to show up? Is he embarrassed? I don't understand what's going on. Why is he not playing?
I mean, I've had the theory that this is just a shadow ban. I think the Green Jackets at Augusta National basically didn't want the distraction, and they politely probably told him to stay away. I'm going to guess the PGA of America, which actually was one of the first governing bodies to support the PGA Tour in defending, all these startup leagues and basically saying, the PGA Tour is going to ban players. We're not going to let them go too. And look, professional golf and all these golfers in general, they have a lot of PR people. Everything is about your image. And there's this, they still try and hold on to this whole like gentleman type, appearance for everything. And just right now, Phil is a PR disaster between the Saudi stuff. And listen, all his gambling stories. I mean, this is a friendly audience too, but for most people, most old golf curmudgeons that still aren't really accepting of it, they don't like hearing about this stuff. So I think that I think Phil should be here. I think whatever suspension he's on should probably end, and it's enough.
Yeah, he didn't play the Masters. All right, now we should get him into the studio, get him to accept his Real Men of Degens award in person. Capper, anything to add with the Phil situation? It just seems it's just like a bummer. As a casual Phil fan, as just a fan of golf, like let the guy play. Like what the fuck.
Yeah, it's not even let the guy play type thing. So the PGA doesn't give a flying fuck about whatever is happening in Saudi Arabia. Me and Steve always call it the Bonesaw Classic. Like it's clearly a money grab. Listen, the Saudi government is obviously a terrible fucking government. Yeah, and they do atrocities all the fucking time. But you know what? Before there was this rival league, they didn't give a shit about their players going over there and playing, did they? No, of course not, because it was all about the money. It's all about exposure. They're getting money from over there too. Take a look at some of the PGA sponsors. Oh, you're nice and clean and tidy. My dick, fucking, it's ridiculous. It's the just trying to pose, right? And just being like, oh, look, we're taking a stand. We care. They don't care. They only care about the competition. They're punishing the guy who had a big enough voice to go out and step out and stick his neck out on the line. And guess what? He got cut. It is what it is. And I don't know, anybody who was backing him probably ran away. I think it's bullshit. Look, I don't want fucking guys going over there to play for that fucking asshole country either. But the fact that the PGA is trying to play the holier than thou shit, like they always do, it's just fucking maddening, and it's just frustrating.
Well, look, I mean, it's one thing for the PGA Tour to be upset and try to cancel. I mean, literally, Phil hired a group of attorneys to draft the Saudi League Articles of Confederation corporation to basically submarine the PGA Tour. So if they want to ban him, that's one thing. But this is the PGA of America. All these majors are different. They're totally separate from the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And this should be about having the best players in the field. Now, granted, Phil's a little washed up, but he's a past champion.
He has earned that right.
He's earned the right through all his play and all his championships to appear. So he should be at this. Whatever the PGA Tour does, that's one thing. These governing bodies should probably treat it a little separate at this point, because they have nothing to do with the Saudi League. All these major championships are still going to be around, even with that other league starting up. So I don't understand. While I understand why the PGA Tour is taking the stance they're taking, I don't understand why the
let him play. Reminds me when it reminds me when the fans stormed the gates at Coney Island and tried to get Kobayashi allowed in to the Coney Island hot dog eating contest a decade ago. He was banned for similar political reasons.
A couple things. One, playing golf in the desert is just destructive to your body. If you ever played in Vegas or any,
what would you know? You didn't play in Vegas last time I was out there, pussy.
Because that Vegas is unrealistic. I'm just saying, to play full time golf in a dry heat is tough. Two, they can't spit in the face of the exemption. They let John Daly play still. There is some level of what are we doing here? And I don't know, man. I mean, does Phil not draw? Is he not someone who draw? To me, that's are they not trying to get eyes on the league? Him playing would be super interesting. Something people would tune into. They'd talk about. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, we can move on. But
you're 100% right. And if you think about it, like Sean said, last year that was one of the coolest moments in the entire year of sports. It was right after COVID, right when fans were let back. We had a wave of people behind Phil. He was a 201 dog, and he beat fucking. God,
I know who's behind this, Sean. Shoot him, McGavin. First it was Happy. Now it's fucking Phil. Jesus.
All right. Now, obviously, the other major golf story this week is $18 beers. Are you kidding me? Give us Phil Mickelson or $18 beers. You can't do both.
You guys go to sporting events, and I see this all over Twitter. Beers are always wicked expensive. Go to Fenway. Go to whatever Dodger Stadium you guys have out there. They're fucking $15. The move is to get the $18 liquor drink, double it up for $22, and you're drinking a double for 22 versus an $18 beer. It's not hard.
You're not translating this to Oklahoma prices. That's the difference.
Yes.
An $18 beer in LA, okay. An $18 beer in Boston,
it's a 12-ounce beer.
okay. An $18 beer in Oklahoma, that's newsworthy, Capper.
I forget who was it. Was it Max Homa or one of those guys that said like, well, it's a tall boy, so you're actually the value. It's like
That was Brooks.
Oh, that was Brooks. Oh,
company line.
Company man there. It's like, oh, it's good value. You get tall boy, crush that, you'd be good. Yeah. Steve, what about let's talk about the course, the weather. What do you expect this weekend?
All right. Well, I'll let my co-host handle the weather after I'm done, nerding out about the golf course. So I posted my article about, talking about all the changes. Thank you. Talking about all the changes to Southern Hills ever since the renovation at Gil Hansen 2 years ago. I posted a couple of videos. It's definitely worth watching. Here's the Cliff Notes version of basically what they did. They did a lot of things. Basically, the biggest thing they did was they shaved all the rough around the green. So basically what this did was they exposed a lot of runoff areas, a lot of collection areas. And the way these greens are shaped, they're very rounded off. There's a lot of false fronts. There's a lot of slope and undulation to it. If your ball kind of hits the wrong side of slope, it's not just going to go to the front of green. It might go 20, 30 yards all the way down the hill, and then you're left with a very difficult approach shot, or you're left in a bunker. Those bunkers are very difficult to get out of. That was one big thing they did. They also converted the greens from Bermuda to bent grass. They also put this hydronic system, basically controls the soil temperature to make sure the bent grass doesn't die in either oppressively hot Tulsa heat or when it gets frigid cold in the winter. They expanded the fairways. They also recontoured some fairways too, created a little more sloping, some more uneven lies as well to make the balls kind of funnel to certain collection areas. And they expanded the creek bed system in the golf course. Basically, there was one big creek that went around, and there was little tributaries that when the course was first built in the Great Depression were there. Over the sands of time, they got lost. They rebuilt those creeks. Now they come more into play around the fairways, around the greens, and how these fairways are cancer at this point. Once the ball hits the ground, it's going to play pretty firm this week. Ball's going to roll. And even if you hit the fairway this week, it might roll down into the creek, and then it's a penalty stroke. It's kind of bad luck, I think like some of the guys I want this week are, there's a lot of similarities to Augusta National. And sometimes at that place, you got to be patient. You got to understand that sometimes good shots aren't rewarded. You got to roll the punches. I also noticed when I was looking,
I like a course where good shots aren't rewarded. I feel like that's plays to my strengths. Exactly. So you're telling me if I hit in the fairway, I still might end up in the creek. All right. Like my chances.
These pros can handle it. So, I also want a guy. I looked at a couple of major championships with Bermuda grass. Some of the guys who are, not necessarily the biggest bombers, but tend to hit a lot of fairways, tend to do pretty well there because this has very thick Bermuda rough. And Tiger Woods actually came up with a quote today. He was talking about the Bermuda rough saying, it's so unpredictable. You have to be out of it. Either you get a flyer, it goes over the green, or it's just going to be dead. I think guys who are in the fairway a whole lot this week are going to have a big advantage because these greens are really small and hard to hit. Anytime you're in the fairway, it's going to be a big edge. And then around the green game, that's going to be really important this week, similar to, when you handicap Augusta National. And quite frankly, my betting card kind of looks a lot like, guys I would pick for the Masters. So I think, if you follow that general strategy, that should work. Although, as my co-host is about to talk about, the weather might create a lot of chaos.
Here we go. Chaos, Capper. What are we worried about?
It's fucking FUBAR, man. It really is like, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So look, here's the problem, right? We're still about 2 days out. This weather forecast has changed at least 3 times. But it doesn't matter. It's going to be windy. We just don't know when on Thursday and Friday a lot. We're talking about like tornado force winds between 7 and 10 a.m. on Friday morning.
Damn.
So are they going to send these guys out? Are they not? And it really has. So that has an effect on like your DFS play, right? Like you don't want the PM AM stack if that's the case. But if they delay it, then it doesn't matter. So you kind of got to kind of wait and see. Like it's a complete gamble on if they're going to do it or not. But you're looking at Gus on Thursday in the afternoon at 24 miles an hour, dude, that's a lot. Right. And then if you look at Friday, 46 in the morning, 37, 24, then it dies down in the afternoon. And then it looks like it's going to get okay on Saturday ish, right up until kind of the late afternoon. And then Sunday, we're looking at 20 miles an hour plus almost all day. So it's going to be, with how hard this course is going to play without wind, never mind how it's going to play with wind, right? Because it's firm and fast. Like Steve said, the greens are super small. Those runoff areas are an absolute nightmare, and you don't know where they're going to go. And now you're playing in fucking 30-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, I mean, it could be an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, and Capper just mentioned something I want to talk about Saturday for a bit. So, that forecast that I saw that it's kind of calm between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But then the leaders, once they tee off, the winds can start kicking off. That might be a good opportunity to maybe live bet somebody a little farther back. I know this happened in Shinnecock Hills back in 2018 where Daniel Berger and Finau, they went out in the morning and it was dead calm conditions. And then the wind kicked up the course, basically become unplayable. Yep. And suddenly they went from 45th to tie for the lead without really doing a whole lot. So, if that weather forecast holds, that might be an opportunity to maybe look for some guys maybe towards the back of the pack that can actually make a move and take advantage of calmer conditions while the leaders might be able to, either struggle to get away or might come back a little bit.
Sounds like we'll be doing some betting at the little one's got a birthday party Friday afternoon at 6:30. Could be wedging in some weekend bets.
Laser tag's a good kid's birthday party as long as the adults can play. Because most kids' birthday parties are the fucking worst. Unless it's a drop off, it's terrible.
Laser tag, yeah, you get involved.
A little cardio,
dominate some laser tags. We'll have to get someone to handicap who's better at laser tag, Kramer or I. All right, let's just hit on a couple big names, then get to our DFS idol. I will give you this name, Capper, Scottie Scheffler. Can he stay hot?
I mean, I don't think so, but I didn't think he was going to win 4 or 6 either.
Yeah.
His profile fits this perfectly, right? He's on record saying this is his favorite fucking course. He went out and tried to practice round a 6 under, right? But that doesn't matter. Practice rounds really don't matter. But he's clearly familiar with this course. He's a Texas guy, so he's probably familiar with the winds. He's good around the green. I mean, what the fuck can you say bad about Scottie Scheffler right now? You can't say anything bad about him. So, but at the number, right, at the betting number, listen, I would just we were talking about this on the betting show. If he wins, that's it. I'm just done betting outrights for the rest of the year until Scottie Scheffler cools off. Because I'm just wasting my money. If he's going to go on this type of heater, forget about it. But I don't know. I don't think he's going to do it. It doesn't mean he's not going to be a contention. But I'm not going to bet him outright, especially at fucking 10-1. No,
yeah, that's crazy. And he's 11,400 in DFS.
That's playable though.
You think so? All right.
Oh, it's definitely playable.
He's not in my lineup. What about this name? Of course, Tiger Woods made his return for the Masters. Now, what kind of Tiger Woods are we going to be getting, Steve? Is he gotten healthier? How much has he recovered? To me, it felt like he did everything he could, was running on adrenaline, emotion just to get there and kind of, make the cut, finish the round. That felt like the win. I don't know, man. I can't imagine he's progressed that much in this past, few weeks here or whatever it's been, a month or so. What do you expect out of Woods this event?
I mean, he says he's progressed, but honestly, any of his public statements I take with a grain of salt because
he's said a lot of things over the years. He said, "I just love the fries at Perkins." He's probably said a lot of things over the years where you're like, I don't know, Tiger.
Yeah, no, he's always been everything's kind of having an iron curtain from him. You never really want to see what's actually going on, and they definitely spin a lot of stuff in his favor. But yeah, listen, I saw him first hand at the Masters, walked right by me. I followed him around for a little bit, and Saturday,
Tiger!
That was brutal weather conditions. I even got sick, and you got a guy who's got a bad back, bad knee on a golf course that my dad couldn't even walk around. He's got a replacement hip. I can't imagine how a guy almost lost his leg could get around that place. He was gassed. He looked tired. He played awful on Saturday. Didn't play well on Sunday either. And now we're into a golf course too, where listen, it's not as brutal of a walk, but if he doesn't drive the ball very well, he's got that Bermuda rough he's got to hack out of. That's not going to be easy for him. It's going to be hot and it's going to be a difficult test. And you got the wind as well. So I'm not back at the Masters. I thought actually it was pretty easy for him to make the cut because there's not as many guys in the field to beat. He knows the course. This is a completely different golf course than when he won it back in 2007 because they changed the entire thing. It's a better field. So I'm not very optimistic about Tiger this week. I don't think he's going to be around for the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like it was sacrilege to bet against Tiger in the Masters to make the cut because the story was so compelling and it was like, hey, he's back. But now it's just fuck the. I mean, him aside, it's just how is he going to make the cut? Like it just seems crazy, and I don't think he's going to have that like energy and that I got to do it. It's Augusta, trying to. I don't think he has the same attachment to the PGA Championship.
No, I don't think so either. And some of the things that he struggled with the Masters was his putting and his around the green game. And I mean, look, if you can't get up and down here, because there's a lot, you're going to miss the green at your fair share. I think the field average green regulation rate's going to be about 55%. So basically about on half the holes, you're going to be off the green. You're going to try to get up and down. And that was really deficient. That might have been an area too where he couldn't really practice a whole lot because of all his injuries. Maybe that hasn't come along very nicely. And yeah, if he has a little bit of missteps with the ball striking, I think it's going to cost him.
All right, let's get to DFS Idol. Before we do, shout out Sleeper. That's right. You already, if you're a DJ and you already have Sleeper for your fantasy football. I know we have the SGPN Dynasty League on there. Again, it is one of the most fun ways. Just great, easy to use management of the fantasy stuff. And now they have the new over under, aka player props, perfect for the NBA conference finals. On our last podcast, of course, locked up the heat. Also said, look to Jimmy Butler's overs because he is a dog. And of course, take all the Celtics unders. They might get swept. I don't want to enrage Capper.
Fuck out of here with that.
I'm doing a live read. Again, the over/under game, super fun, almost as fun as trolling Capper. You can three player parlay. You can get up all the way to 20x if you want to go full DGen only. I think the 3-player one is the sweet spot, and at plus 650, that is a very generous price. We also have our little sleeper squad where you can just copy our picks, or again, put your picks in there, tag me in the sleeper and say, Sean, ride my picks. If I hit your picks, hook you up with some gear. And again, as we said, whoever has the biggest win on sleeper, between now and the end of month of May, we'll hook you up with an additional $200 and a hoodie. Just go to sleeper.com/SGP to get started. They also have a first deposit match up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Kramer, I'll let you start things off. Who's your first golfer?
Me. All right. Yeah. So I did a little bit of research, right? I learned before the podcast that it was bent grass. I learned that we were heading to Oklahoma, and $18 is a lot of money for beer in Oklahoma. And I learned that this was going to be a course like Augusta, but only with a shitload of wind and some variability. So I thought it might be wise to play some guys who know the course. And so why wouldn't you play Scottie Scheffler? Is his ownership going to be that high?
It's chalk.
I saw some projections around 10%. Is that an accurate number? Because I don't think that's like a deal crusher. So I'm just going to start with Scottie Scheffler. I have a different approach. This is going to be a collaborative effort between me and the judges. But as you
can't do that,
absolutely I can. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm sitting here, Sean. Point being said, lots of confidence coming in with Scheffler and this course. Is it stupid to play him at 11,400, Steve?
So I think the popularity of the top guys may pretty much even. Unless there is, once we get finalized towards Wednesday and there's a firm weather report, because right now his tee time is in the bad draw, so you might see his ownership go down a little bit. But maybe things get a little better, and just in a vacuum, I think everybody's going to have relatively equal ownership. And nice. Like we kind of talked about earlier, kind of checks a lot of boxes. Great scrambler, great iron player, good combination of length and accuracy, won at the Masters. So yeah, this is also a very deep field. There's a lot of guys. I think we talked about last night, Capper, that in the $8,000 range and $7,000 range, we really like that. This might be a little bit of an unpredictable PGA with the weather conditions and just some, the agronomy and everything that, maybe you can afford to go big on just one guy and then get some surprises that aren't that very chalky down below. So yeah, I think that's fine. Starting off with Scottie Scheffler.
Stars and scrubs, baby.
Fine is not a ringing endorsement. Capper, what do you got?
I'll take fine all day.
I listen. I think it's a good play. As long I got to see what the rest of his lineup looks like. Right?
Exactly. This is like a trade down, right? You got to see what they do with the draft pick. He's got to see what I do with this.
Right.
So,
I got to see what they do. Are you Bill Belichick checking it up and taking a long snapper in the fucking third round 2 years from now?
Possibly.
Yeah, that's no good. Right. So listen, I like it. I mean, you're right. He checks every fucking box. And I mean, like his ownership's ticking up a little bit. The only thing I worry about is, and we talk about this in the golf Twitter sphere, right? Like we're like a real echo chamber because we're like niche, right? So like we think everybody's going to play this guy and he's going to be super high owned, and then especially on major week, you get every Tom, Dick, or Harry coming in and they click the names they know. And 11-4 is not super expensive. You can still make this work. So I mean, we're looking at what 15% ownership right now, which is basically whatever, tied with 2 other guys in this range. I'm fine with it. Like, listen, I clearly can't get fucking Scottie right. Like I haven't hit any of his outrights. So listen, I'm fine with it.
Honestly, for me, it was either him or Rahm because Thomas head case.
I like Scheffler more than Rahm.
The wind could get in his head. Rory, another classic head case situation. Too much wind. Don't have any notes on Morikawa, but it just seemed obvious for me. So yeah, Sean, who do you like for your first guy?
A guy who has had 6 top 10 finishes in competition since January, won the PGA Championship all the way back in 2017.
Wow.
Some argue the greatest year in sports. And he tied for 6th in the event in 2018. Hasn't had a great run as of late, but the PGA Championship, awesome bounce back opportunity. And he is a reasonable beer price advocate. Give me Justin Thomas at 10,700.
Horrible pick.
Steve, I'll let you start. How say you?
I mean, look, it's Justin Thomas. Like, there's not really a lot of things to pick out with him. He's always a great brawl striker. And, one of the faults of him for the last year or so is that his putter was pretty bad, and that's actually turned positive. The one thing I did not like about JT, JT, I think, was my least favorite of the guys above $10,000. And basically the reason was I've been big on this whole, I think performance off the tee is going to matter more than I think what other people are thinking about, just because it's Bermuda rough. He is the worst driver statistically of all those guys. He's a little squirrely. And if that doesn't go right for him, especially with how tough it is going to hit these greens, he might lag behind the field a little bit if he's finding something more in the rough, even though he is a great iron player. But if you're in the rough like that, it kind of neutralizes him. So
little squirrely, and who does well in rough areas with roots, creek beds, squirrels. I like the angle. Thank you.
Okay. There we go. Then you know what? You just finished my thought for that. Great play, Sean. And you know what? Listen, we talked you off the ledge with Sung JM. Maybe we're just wrong on this one.
No.
I haven't given my opinion.
Yeah. Well, wait till the almighty Capper weighs in. Capper, how say you on Justin Thomas?
Well, now I'm going to tell you your pick sucks with the way you just spoke to me.
Oh, come on.
Seriously, I don't mind JT here, man. Like, he's trending in the right direction. The only thing that worries about here's the deal. Like, you have to pick your guys up here, and his number was too short for an outright bet. In DK, yeah, absolutely, it's perfectly fine. I mean, if he didn't chip like shit on 18, he could at least put a little pressure on KH. Played well, been playing well. Everything is pointing to him. I bet him hard at the Masters. Like, everything's pointing. Like, everything is coming into form, and it's not all clicking yet. And I mean, shit, man, you can certainly bet on a worse guy in this area. I'm perfectly fine with JT. I think either one of those picks is
okay. Sounds like we're dead even right now. Ryan, what do you got for your second golfer?
He's mentally weak, and he's not even the most. He's not even the coolest guy named JT. Shout out Justin Timberlake. All right, next up, I'm gonna shock the world right now. Because the guy who teaser alert to later, betting I'm taking him in some outrights. The form is good. The course awareness is good. Another Texas guy staying near the top of the board. Our favorite Dallas Cowboy fan, Mr. Jordan Spieth, 9,600. He's absolutely playing like one of the fittest golfers on tour. Capper goes first this time because I think he loves this one.
I do. I absolutely love it. And so in DFS, so look, he's definitely going to be super chalky, right? He's definitely catching all the narrative. He's going for career grand slam. But listen, it's fine. You differentiate down the board anywhere else. He is literally the perfect golfer for this course, right? If you're talking about somebody who his off the tee game has has been so much better over the past 24, 50 rounds. It's insane. I know his routine looks ridiculous, but he's doing it and he's doing it well. He just won the RBC, came in second last week, playing really well. If you want somebody who has imaginative around the greens and can chip and putt their way to victory, it's fucking Jordan Spieth. And in windy conditions, he gains almost a stroke on the field. And if it's going to be windy, give me that. He's a Texas guy. Listen, I'm from Boston, Texas, Oklahoma. They're the same thing to me. Right. So I think, listen, I love it. I bet him at 25 to 1. And it's going to be tough for me to get off of him on DFS. It's just going to depend on where the ownership comes out at. But yeah, I love Spieth this week.
I just love how worked the arm gestures when you were saying how much you loved him. It was
can I comment?
Truly amazing.
The vocabulary improvements from Capper just doing a podcast with Steve have been quite amazing. Congratulations!
I know
Steve.
Capper fancies himself Irish, but the talking with the hands, there might be some Italian in there.
Oh, don't stop that shit.
All right, Steve, what do you got on Ryan's buddy Jordan Spieth?
Well, I mean, my co-host is incorrect that Spieth can putt his way to victory. I mean, look at his recent stats, and he missed what?
He missed fucking two. He missed 2 of those, and he can. And what's more likely to happen? Him finding his putting stroke again, or him keep doing this?
I don't know. How many 18-inch putts have he missed over the last 3 months or so?
Fine. You want to do a side bet?
But listen,
I need action.
I agree with everything else you said, and this actually might be a tournament where you don't need to have lights out putting because I think par is going to be good.
He gained 4.5 strokes putting last week.
All right, congratulations. Look at everything else he's done. That's a hard regression. So listen, I agree with everything else you said. I'm just calling you out for some bad info that you said.
It's not bad info. He gained 4.5 strokes putting. He missed 2 18-inchers because he gets the yips. Like it is what it is. So he'll miss the 18-footer, but he'll make the 25-footer he shouldn't make.
You're right. I did. He does. He does have the yips. That does worry me. I'm sticking to it. So I feel pretty solid about the content that my lineup has created.
You're
so
tearing
far.
their podcasts apart, Ryan. I hope you're happy.
And B, well, let's just say I put a little effort into this one. Okay, had a lot of time sitting watching soccer practice and fucking physical just doing a lot of things today. All right.
My next golfer, and again, this could be chalky, but I'm. Give me
so obvious.
Who is it?
Well,
if it's so obvious, Ryan. Who?
You spent 10,700 with your.
Come on, Nostra Ryan, let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Dead silence doesn't make good podcasts, bro. Yeah. Let's go. Make a pick.
Shane Lowry.
Hideki Matsuyama.
Damn it! That was my first.
9,200 again. Pretty generous price for the caliber of golfer he is. His biggest weakness has always been putting, but again, he was able to gain over a stroke last week, as we all know, and fast bent grass surfaces he putts well on, aka what we're looking at this championship. Capper, how say you on Hideki Matsuyama?
Fucking love Decky, man. Love Decky.
Let's go.
Yeah, and so he is another chalky option in this area.
Well, I'm going contrarian with Justin Thomas, and now a little chalk.
No, a little chalk. Neither one of you guys have got contrarian yet, which is fine. Like whatever, man. Differentiate somewhere else. I don't give a shit. Pick the best golfer that you like, right?
Thank you.
Somewhere else.
You're beautiful.
Honestly, all you're doing is just pivoting off a really good player up here. So just pick your guy.
Pick your guy. Right?
Yeah.
Take your stand.
What do you think, Steve, on Matsuyama? What's your handicap?
I love the pick. I mean, listen, Capper and I both have said glowing things about him in the last 3 podcasts. I think we mentioned him on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and the fact he's a great ball striker, really good on difficult golf courses. You just mentioned it, Sean, that listen, while he is deficient on putting, he putts very well at Augusta. He putts pretty good on bent grass surfaces. Great scrambler too. Great getting up and down. I think he's going to do very well this week.
And never mind every tournament that matters. This guy hits. This is going to be a clip. The most beautiful wood, like 3 wood, 5 wood. Like he stripes it and it goes like wood. 5 feet to the pin.
It's really it's the shape of the wood that the wood shot that Capper is really admiring.
That's right. You got to get that little bend up. Make sure you hit that spot.
Oh wow. Okay. So now I wasn't being sexual, but clearly you were.
Okay. Couple of guys chiming in the chat. Richard Gersberger, he has 2 bets. He's on Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy. Poo puncher likes Victor Hovland and Koepka. And Kramer Hink seems like an unrelated Kramer. How can you not lay the car payment on Scottie Scheffler? Again, to me, it's just more like 10-1 for a tourney winner. I can't imagine, like, even if it was Woods in his prime, okay, maybe 10-1, but I don't know, 10-1 for an outright. As
you know
say
why?
In the biz, isn't that tempting?
Buster Douglas, Sean. That's why.
So can I say something about the Scheffler outright?
Yeah.
So if the weather is really this crazy and Scheffler is going to play in the worst winds, you probably will be able to get a better price on him later during the tournament. Because listen, like, it's very unexpected that if he's going to get to a fast start in this stuff, he's probably going to be trailing behind heading to the weekend. The number will be a little better. So if you want to be a little patient, maybe bet him on Saturday. If he's still within shouting distance, maybe gets a favorable weather draw on Saturday. Maybe that's the time to strike.
Maybe, but chasers here don't do well. Like, typically you're either a first round leader or you have the 36 hole lead.
Yeah, but with this weather conditions, it might shake up the leaderboard on Saturday.
I like this.
Yeah, maybe.
You're taking a gamble.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what we are, Steve?
We don't approve gambling.
Yes, that's right, baby.
The EV army loves variance because it creates opportunity, and extracting value opportunity is what we're looking for.
Kramer, can I just ask you something real quick?
Yes,
Do you think half of the people listening to this shit understand who Buster Douglas is?
That's a great question.
I feel like our audience skews a little older,
let's put out a Twitter poll.
Let's do it.
Do you know who Buster Douglas is? No, Judgment. Do you know who Buster?
Yeah,
Douglas
do you know?
is?
No judgment. I was just curious. Like I don't know. I feel like when I talk
yeah, I guess you're right, because maybe they wouldn't know what it means. I don't want to give it away now. All right, I'm ready.
Yes,
I'm ready to fire. All right, so we're just gonna stick with the theme, right? Like we're saying, it could be not that theme, or maybe that theme. I don't know, because he's another guy who knows the course. He's actually from Oklahoma, not Texas, although Capper thinks it is the same thing. They do call them flyover states. Texas doesn't think they're included in that, but they kind of are. Anyway, we're going to head right over to Taylor Gooch. He's another course guy from Oklahoma. The price is right at 7,400 because, as you mentioned, Capper, I'm going to have to dip down now, find some of those guys, hopefully that you like.
Well, I also have Taylor Gooch.
Oh no, they're gonna.
So,
all right,
you guys can evaluate us as a team.
We just did a duet. We're holding hands in front of you, Steve.
7th in the field in total strokes gained over his last 50 rounds, and he finished in a tie for 14th at the the National in his Masters debut. Just wanted to get that Gooch nugget in there. And awesome name, and very fun while you're watching at the office to just yell Gooch. Keep that in mind when evaluating this pick.
All right. Well, I'm the soft place to fall first because we both got burned on him bad last week. And I know my co-host is way more bitter than I am. I'm a little more forgiving. So look, he played really bad on Thursday last week at the Byron Nelson, hitting some iron shots that clearly just something was wrong. Okay. I think at the Valspar last year, it was a similar situation. Everybody liked him and he just was bad. Came back and played a little better on Friday, but it was very discouraging how he played on that Thursday. So, look, if you want to make the argument for Taylor Gooch, is that a lot of the similar arguments that I made for him ahead of the Masters, which he played very well and cashed, a nice top 20 bet for me there, applies here. Good history putting on bent grass, decent scrambler. The iron play had been pretty good up until about last week, though. So, I think it's going to depend on where his popularity is. I see it. I think it's a little bit around the board. I think Capper can speak better to where the popularity is, kind of gauge if it's actually a good play. If people are burned from last week, because I think he was popular, maybe that might be a pivot play. But if it's chalk, then I don't know. Probably look somewhere else.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he's not chalk. Okay. Yes. He's definitely not chalk. He'll come in between probably 6 and 9%.
Oh.
But
Perfect.
But here's a problem.
Oh no.
His irons look, like Steve said, they look bad. They just didn't show up. And he started the tournament around on Friday, the front nine, and it just regressed back on 18. I don't know what was wrong with him. He did not look like him. Typically he's great with his irons. But another problem is that with 150 and in, he's over 100 in this field. So, I mean, look, he's a good flop lag spot, right? Like if you just want to play hey, you did shitty last week, burn people. I'm going to make a pivot play. That's
it's
fine.
like he's speaking another language. It's great.
You know what flop lag is? You play poker.
No, I'm just. It's.
He is.
We're also doing a show, Capper.
Taylor Gooch.
People might laugh at that.
Taylor Gooch is 110 to 1.
Can I say, Sean,
on win
that before the golf gambling podcast, there were shows where we agreed on golfers who won large futures. So
yes,
I think while the judges don't see the beauty in what we just performed,
$100 bet on win bet pays you 11 grand.
No, I'm not.
Or the Gooch.
I'm just going for the DFS play. But yeah, let's stand united with this one.
Speak for yourself, Ryan.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get to the second half of our lineups. Before we do that, Athletic Greens, man. Just did a little trip down to Mexico. A lot of boozing, a lot of eating unhealthy stuff. But you know what? Every day I woke up and I got my Athletic Greens, so I felt way better than I normally would. We're going back to Vegas soon. Again, love taking my Athletic Greens with me. You just feel better. Again, 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. It just gets your day started right. And again, the taste is good. Like you get that scoop of the AG1, the Athletic Greens, put it in your shaker, get a little water, and again, your day starts out to a much better start. I'll be honest, like a couple of days, I maybe forgot to have the Athletic Greens. I noticed a difference. I missed it, and again, it feels like it helps me with my sleep. Certainly, gut health. If you're like me and your gut's all jacked up from years of just grinding it out in sports books, and maybe just putting stuff in your stomach that doesn't belong there.
Animal fats.
The AG1 is a welcome refresher. AG1 supports, like I said, sleep quality recovery. Over 7,000 5-star reviews. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you got to do is go to athleticgreens.com/SGP, athleticgreens.com/SGP to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. There's a pretty funny guy in the YouTube chat say he logged in. I think he must be like a kid or something, because he goes, Fortnite Battle Pass. Who's watching this right now? I just got on my dad's account on here and he watches this thing.
Nice.
I think he's about to be 11 and in the 4th grade.
He's learned a bunch of choice words from me tonight already. Sorry, kid.
Yeah. Just listen to the DFS advice. And if you hear any of these words that you feel like are bad, you're probably
ask your dad.
Yeah. Ask your dad if you're allowed to say them. All right. I'm going to kick off the second half.
It's not our job to censor the internet, Sean.
No.
If you leave a door unlocked in your home, that's on you. But unplug your Alexa.
Save it for the IP Vanish read.
Don't talk to the robots.
All right.
Am I up?
No, I was going to go next.
What do you mean? We both threw out a Gooch.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Right?
That needs to get clipped. Somebody clip that.
Well, look, sometimes you have a bad experience with a Gooch, but that doesn't mean you go back to the Gooch. You go back to the Gooch every time, Capper, every time. All right, talking about bent grass. I think this guy excels at the old putting on the bent grass. 7,300. Do we like Mr. Jason Kokrak, Steve?
One of my favorite plays in the 7,000 range.
Let
me tell you all about Jason Kokrak here. So look, like you just talked about the bent grass putting performance. That's really good. Come off a really good performance of Byron Nelson, really good. Great crossover golf course comps based on where he's had success at. Shadow Creek, won there, really difficult greenside surrounds. Memorial Park in Houston, really difficult greenside surrounds. Won at Colonial, which was a Perry Maxwell golf course. He built Southern Hills until Gil Hansen, renovated it. And Gil Hansen's actually going to go to Colonial next year and renovate it too. So you got a lot of good crossover comps. The stats look great. One of the things I've been big on as far as is performance off the tee. He's got a great combination of length and accuracy. He's really actually, I'll leave the bunker tip for my co-host because I know he loves Kokrak too. So yeah, I think this is a great play.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's it, man. I mean, listen, everything he said, and Kokrak used to be one of the worst bunker players on the PGA Tour. So bad. And now he is up to 6th in this field and 9th overall. He has worked on his game and he can get out of bunkers. And this is 100% a great course for him. Fuck that live narrative. I don't care. Sergio played good last week. Kokrak played good last week. They still want their money. They don't know what's happening with this Saudi shit yet. Like they still have pride, man. Like they still want to go out and win a golf tournament. They're still competitors. They can go out there and they want to beat that guy. Give me Kokrak, my favorite Texan in Oklahoma.
Wow.
Not actually Texan, but he looks like he's Texan.
Yeah. No, that was like
Is that a joke?
Yeah.
He's actually from Cleveland, but he looks Texan.
That was
an inside joke on the golf.
He's got Texan vibes.
Well, is Ohio?
Doesn't he?
Ohio is basically.
Dude, Pamela was on the show tonight. She's from Texas. I said, doesn't he look like a Texas guy? She said 100%.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, looks good at a bolo tie.
Capper knows his guys from Texas.
This guy is not a Texan. He's far from it. But at $7,500, I like the experience. I like bringing an international flavor to my lineup.
Ooh,
and a guy
you already have a little bit. I mean.
And a guy in the past couple of weeks just been playing great. Give me Jason Day. Outside of one bad round, he's been pretty good. He's had 4 top 25 finishes in his past 5 starts at the PGA Championship, and he's only 7,500.
So much drip, too.
Steve,
so much drip.
How say you on Jason Day?
I mean, it's definitely a pivot play. I don't think many people are playing Jason
that is so insulting.
So look, like if I can make the case, because honestly, for every golfer, I can
Jason Day is going to win this thing.
I can spin a narrative where they look good. So I think for Jason Day, I think he's going to need really difficult conditions where everybody's missing greens.
Yes,
because honestly, that's kind of the one thing he really does well now. The ball striking's really gone away. He isn't as good off the tee, but he still can scramble. He still can get up and down. He's good pen crest putter. He needs ugly golf this week in order to succeed. So look, listen, like you guys were picking some popular picks up top. I don't think many people are playing Jason Day. I mean, he wasn't
unique lineup alert.
So there you go. I mean, you need ugly golf though if you want to succeed.
Expert on ugly golf.
That's one
Capper. What do you say?
Yep. But what Steve said, man, I don't know, man. I can't get behind him. I would rather play Patrick Reed than Jason Day.
Oh man, Sean, I'm sorry. That must have been tough to hear. After the highs of what I just experienced, and now the lows of what you're experiencing.
It's all right. I'm on an island.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard Steve say.
Hell, that's certainly a pivot play.
I'm gonna
Kramer,
make
you go. I have to collect myself.
I'm gonna make that a sound drop.
That's a pivot play. And Colby has some really bad picks. We can drop that one. Oh, that's a pivot play.
All right. I know we haven't really gotten too deep into the model talk, which is unfortunate because I know Capper is now a models guy and a systems.
I am a models guy.
Systems guy.
It's a baby.
Dude, I got fucking 5th in the mini max last week.
Oh hell yeah! I love that you're a shop. All right, this guy I think is popping across all the models, all the systems. I'm going. Is his name Tringale? Tringali. He's not a system guy this week.
No.
Yeah, system of bullshit picks.
I thought
that's a pivot play.
No bullshit.
Kill him.
Yeah. No bullshit. I thought they were going to tell me that this was a smart play because he is a guy that can play in bad weather. He is a guy that has done well on difficult courses. So I was like, wow, I was going to be smart, come in with this angle, and who knew his name was Tringali, and it was a horrible pick. Capper, you go first.
So look, I mean, like he's not a horrible pick, okay?
Oh,
like he's not
7,100.
Like he's not a horrible pick. The problem is like typically 5 out of the last 6 he's been pretty shitty around the greens. He's kind of shitty off the tee.
Oh, that's a great combo.
I hate that I went system play here. This was a horrible system play.
Well, you made the wrong model.
Apparently.
I don't know, man. Like I guess it's fine. Like, I don't know. Like I would much rather play a bunch of other guys around here. Like, Steve, no.
Take me out of my misery.
So, I mean, I think your model is probably drawing upon a lot of old data.
Oh, no.
He was on a heater last year.
All right, he's out.
Listen,
No,
you're right.
No, you can't change it.
You're right. He did very well on some difficult golf courses over the last year or so. I mean, things have kind of cratered a little bit for him. Like my co-host mentioned, offense, he hasn't been very good scrambling. He hasn't been very good either.
He's not horrible.
I mean, look, like again, another pivot play. And if he can regress, I guess, back to some of his form last year, it could be good. Yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
I
hear you.
Steve's tone of voice is always the best. He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I got to go back to the drawing board.
He's just disappointed.
All right, I have a plan.
This one, I'm going all in on this one. The international flavor continues. The man who just got a record 2 under at the RBC Heritage, finished 9 under and tied for 12th place. He is a Canadian. Shout out to our great friends up north.
That really filters it
over
down
the past
a lot.
36 rounds. He ranks 7th in strokes gained, ball striking, and 6th in stroke gained off the tee.
Wow.
I'm getting a lot of this information from sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Give it up for Corey Connors at $8,000. Capper, we have a winner, right?
Let's fucking go. Listen, and we want to talk about using Augusta as a comp. Like, this is a guy who over his career has been team no putt. He's captain fucking team no putt. But for whatever reason, he putts really well at Augusta, plays really well around the green at Augusta, and he is a world-class iron player. And he's perfectly fine off the tee here. I love it at 8K. He was chalk last week or 2 weeks ago, and he failed everybody. And by failed everybody, he came in 24th. And so now everybody's going to be off of him. If you can get Corey Connors at 10 to 12% ownership here, absolutely all fucking day. I got him as a top 10 bet. I got him in a matchup. Let's fucking go, Corey Connors.
Wow. Okay.
What's this tricky shit too? We back in the Escalade back in the old days.
Well,
like you guys are going down the board now. All of a sudden I get an $8,000.
Well, what threw it off was that we both had Gooch. Ryan
judges
went top
are
heavy
not
with
happy here with the shenanigans you just fucking pulled.
Ryan threw it off by pulling Gooch as his like third guy. You know, I have a better strategy overall.
Ryan likes to pull the Gooch.
Exactly. Steve, any thoughts on Connors?
I mean, co-sign pretty much everything my co-host said. I think the other thing I want to add is, kind of like with Kokrak, the around the green game was a weakness for him. But over the last year, he's gotten much better with his bunker play. Now he's net positive around the green. That's really improved. And like my co-host said, he was really good at Augusta National. He also was really good at Kiowa last year. That was a difficult, windy golf course as well. Over the last year and a half or so, he's really become a consistent, complete player, and I really like him this week.
The roller coaster that both of us have been on over the last couple.
They're playing with our emotions, Ryan. Well, Close it out. I know you. Hold on.
This is the part where I come out and I ask for some assistance from the. I have $7,200 left.
Oh, you can't.
Ooh, okay.
There are a number of it seems like this the pricing between there's 30 guys within $400. So
you have 7,200 left.
I have 7,200 left.
All right, so let's take it to 7,100.
I mean, if Clay Aiken came out and said, "Hey, can you help me sing the song?" What did they throw him off the show? Come on.
Well, we're having a conversation again. American Idol was entertainment. This is content, Sean. So Capper was about to say something. Please.
I was about to say at least go to 7,100. Right? You don't want to max out the 50K.
Okay, that's bad luck. Okay, so who's the guy in that range that pops? Who's gonna make this? Because I see Ricky Fowler, and I know he's been slumping.
Oh,
but
Jesus fucking Christ! No,
he's so good looking. I just it's so hard to.
Ryan gets mesmerized by his pastel.
I get lost in his eyes. So who am I throwing in there? Who's the guy?
He's going to live tour too. By the way.
Well, I mean, of course he is.
Yeah, you got some options. I mean, I like a Brian Harmon at $7,000. Okay. I think some of these shorter, accurate guys are going to get a little undervalued this week, just because I think the popular narrative just PGA Championship bomber. Yeah. Well, that's not really the case this week. It's it's even though it's 7,500 yards, it's going to play a lot shorter just because a lot of the length is in the par fives and par threes. You're going to have some shorter approach shots, and with wider fairways and firm fairways and that Bermuda rough, it's really going to pay dividends being the fairway. Harman does that when a very accurate player, really good scrambler, good putter too. Like him, you got Kevin Na has been hitting his irons really good, kind of the same profile player, accurate, good scrambler. Sebastian Munoz has been pretty good, good combination of length and accuracy. Well, you don't like Munoz this week?
I love Munoz, man. He cashed 71 and bet me last week, but I don't like him at this course.
Okay. Can I ask, is Matt Kuchar a playable guy this week? No, okay.
Cooch. Well, I go with the Cooch when you have the Cooch
this week. The chalk.
Oh, really? Okay. I was gonna say Cooch and Gooch. You know, it's like a.
What about your boy Bobby Mack?
You can go Bobby Mack too. You got Aaron
Bobby
Wise
Mack 6,900.
You got Aaron Wise down there. You got Lucas Herbert down there.
The ear baby, my boy. Yeah. So I would. So yeah, let's make a consensus. I think the consensus would be. Well, you say you had 7,100 left.
7,100 left.
All right. So let's leave at least 200 on the table. That gets rid of the 7K range with Norn and HV3.
And you said no Ricky Fowler. Definitely not Ricky Fowler.
Definitely fucking no Ricky Fowler. Let's go. I would say, Steve, I think we both agree like 69 to 6,700, the safest play is Bobby Mack. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you want a guy who's going to make the cut, Bobby Mack's a good play.
Oh, and he's 6,900. You did both seem excited about Kevin Na. Maybe I'll be swapping out Tringale for Kevin Na.
But that leaves you 400. So now you can move somewhere else.
So I guess what you're looking for though, Kevin Na's really volatile. Like I can see him like doing really well, but also shooting like +8 in the first day, just bombing out. And Bobby Mack seems like just safe, reliable. At $6,900, is going to make the cut.
Yeah,
I love this. We finished, and now Sean's upset about this, but that was a great conversation we just had.
Sean, we can help you too, buddy.
Ryan Kramer's been disqualified.
Okay. Judge, jury, and executioner over here. You and your hat.
I did not realize that I had this Neapolitan of.
Has anyone recognized the Masters hat in LA yet? Or they were like, what is that green food source you're wearing?
I'll be honest, I've not worn it outside yet. But judging by the people who recognize an Eagles hat, I would say no, not the most savvy.
You use water for a golf course? Oh my God.
My final golfer is from England.
Oh. He's checking on that. He's making sure.
No, I'm running some numbers over here. And
place your bets, please.
You know, I'm going with
this is
$7,200. Justin Rose, crafty veteran. No. I feel like this is what you. And again, if we get some wet conditions, I want a guy who's golfed in the rain a bunch and some wind. Capper, how see you? Justin Rose for 7,200.
This is DFS Idol, right? So yes. It's a no for me, dog.
Who am I?
Capper's. He came out here and said, I'm going to be Randy Jackson, not Simon Cowell.
It's a no for me, dog.
All right, no for me, dog.
Hard enough.
It's not even close.
Charles, do I put in Charles Schwartzel over him?
But you didn't get my opinion.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Steve,
how dare
maybe
you?
Steve can save
You don't
me.
like Rose either.
Hold on, save it. So there have been times that we have poo-pooed Justin Rose last year. Capper, you know very well, especially at majors, that he looked like complete dog shit coming in and burned the hell out of us. That's the only case I can make for Justin Rose because everything else kind of sucks. He might be cooked. So I don't like Rose really at all this week. Not a whole lot to hang.
I think Reed,
you know what, Sean?
Sergio.
I have 7,200.
Even though you disqualified me, I'll allow you to ask for help from the judges.
7,200. Who am I plugging in there?
So you're in the same range as Ryan, right?
Yeah.
We don't want
no, but I want something different than
you love Kevin Na. You love high value.
All right, you're right. Kevin Na, 6,900. Case closed.
Boom, $300 on the table. Let's go.
All right.
Boom.
We're gonna give out some outrights, some long shots, whatever else we got going. Shout out to IP Vanish, of course. Make your IP disappear. Again, you're a DJ. You're up to some things on the internet. First off, you need your data secure, your browsing history secure, and you don't need to be slowed down. You can use IP Vanish on your Fire Stick for streaming. Again, unlimited devices, which is really good. You can get it on your mobile. Again, I was traveling a bunch. The resort I was staying at, their password was Nachos21. You knew I fired on the VPN as soon as I got on there. That is not secure. Sometimes it's your only option. The VPN keeps you safe, keeps you secure, and again, give it a try. I think you're going to like it. If you don't, for some reason, I'd be surprised. 30-day money back guarantee. Can't go wrong there. And if you use our link, ipvanish.com/SGP, 70% off their yearly plan. ipvanish.com/SGP, 70% off. Kramer, hit the judges with your final bets here.
My final bets. All right, so maybe we can walk it down, because the first ones that I got on my screen right here are some top 10s.
Okay.
All right.
Jordan Spieth plus 225.
That's a great number. That's a great number. Where the fuck is that at?
Win bet, obviously. Let's see, what else do we have? Gooch 8-1. No,
I'll take it if your book doesn't want it.
I think I'd rather drop down to a top 20 if you're going with Taylor.
Oh, okay. Let me.
That's probably going to be around like what, plus 350, plus 400.
See, this is why we workshop this together.
Maybe give yourself a little more wiggle room for a decent payout. Still,
I need to have Gooch on the card. Which, by the way,
why do you have to have Gooch on the card?
Because I like it. 350. Nice call, Steve. I like the you got to follow the Golf Gambling Podcast on Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm delayed here because I'm placing bets. Because if you aren't a fan of listening to Capper's accent, you can get a visual version of his betting CAD every week. I'll go. All right. So there's a top 10 and a top 20 for you. Do we like co-crack in any of those formats?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I got him at top 20 at plus 370.
Yeah. I'm seeing
top 20 is pretty good.
Nice. I'm seeing 4-1 in that kind of situation. So. Sean, anything in the top 10, top 20 markets that you're digging?
I'm going mostly
just fucking winner
outright, and then I got a first round leader. All right, these are all over on WinBet. Matsuyama at 20-1.
Ding.
Corey Connors at 50-1, and the Gooch man at 110-1 on WinBet. And my first round leader. I don't give out 25 first round leaders. I only give out one, and it's a winner.
Wait, what?
And it is Scottie Scheffler plus 2,500 for the first round leader. I think there's very much a world where he starts out hot, he rides that momentum, and then he falls apart as the pressure gets to him as the week goes on. 25-1 at WinBet for the first round leader. That to me is a hell of a deal. Kramer, anything else you want to throw out for the good folks?
I mean, we're just gonna walk right past that horrible bet.
I agree with Kramer, by the way. Horrible bet. Yeah, horrible.
George,
all right, so come in the morning.
If I'm at the top of the board, should I wait on Jordan Spieth, or is it safe to bet him now?
Wait, what are you talking about?
No, so he's going
outright.
At this weather forecast, he's going off in the morning.
Yeah, it's a good number. So what number do you got?
Sean, what do we got at WinBet? Do you have it in front of you?
For who? For what?
Jordan Spieth.
To win it all, or just first round?
Outright.
16, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, we can say 16 or 17. What do we got? 18. Give me an 18. While you're looking that up,
15-1.
15-1.
Nah, you can't bet that.
No, not good enough.
And one more. I'm gonna
circle it and say Capper told me to not win with this one. It sounds like I should be co-signing the Corey Connors outright. You guys seem to like that. Is Kokrak at
125-1?
Yeah, let's go. Absolutely going to play some of that. So who's like the 30-40-1 guy that I should be adding to the card here?
What do you think, Steve Berger? 66.
And Berger's higher than that. He's
Berger's 66. Cantlay still 25.
Is Xander hanging around 30?
I've seen
probably not.
I've seen Neiman pop up on a lot of models too. Maybe those models are incorrect.
I mean, I'm more of a Neiman guy than he is. I mean, he won me a big ticket at Riviera, so I definitely have more of a soft spot than Capper does. I mean, he played great for 3 rounds, and he just kind of fell apart in the final round. I still believe in the kid.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. If the number's okay, you could do worse.
I think it's like 40-1.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Would you rather? So, Steve, would you rather bet Neiman at 45 or Berger at 66?
Berger at 66.
Right. I'll just put both. Guys, we don't have to argue. I'll just put both on the card.
We're not. This is not
golf is easy. You just add it. Like, it's just simple. You just say, okay, one more bet.
All right, and one more lock head to head. I really like. Give me Hideki Matsuyama minus 110 straight up against Xander. How say you guys on that?
That's
kind of like both guys.
Yeah, it's dicey. That's a coin flip.
Well, that's why it's 110.
All right, I gotta ask the experts. I'm gonna play two. Unlike you, I'm not just playing. I don't have a first round leader, but I want one from each one of them. I need a first round leader from Steve.
All right,
first,
and then let's close it out.
All right,
Steve, toss out a first round.
Well, I think it's going to come in the morning. So you got your lot of options. You got your Spieths, you got Cam Smiths. I'm going to go with Xander 30-1. I think he gets off to a hot start. He had just got really hot over the weekend at the Byron Nelson. You know, we saw him last year at the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines. He got to a really fast start there too, at a golf course where he kind of was, familiar with. This is a golf course that sets up well for him as far as the Augusta National comps. Has done well at Colonial. I like him to get off to a fast start and kind of continue the trend.
Capper.
Okay, so I got 4 right now. 4.
Just give out one. We got to wrap this up.
I'm going to give 4.
No, I really have a hard
4.
out.
I will literally run through them in 2 seconds.
Okay, 2
and
seconds.
then the rest of my card will be out. And I hit one every 3 or 4 weeks. So Decky, 40-1. Okay. Xander, 35-1. Okay. Smith, 35-1. And Spieth, 28-1.
Oh, Spieth's going on the card.
Yeah,
Love
with
it.
this weather forecast, you want someone going off in the morning.
All right.
And just to be so everyone's clear, I am going to take all of those as well.
Load it up. Awesome card. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Golf Gambling Podcast. They got a ton of podcasts breaking down all the DFS, all the picks, all the action.
Don't forget to tell them about the contest. Leave a rate and review.
Yes, rate and review. Where's the link that people can go to get that?
All they have to do is rate and review the podcast, leave their Twitter handle or their email in the review, and then we're randomly going to pull the draw for the Odyssey White Hot Putter.
There you go. You can win a putter.
Can I
all you
enter?
got to do. What?
No.
Can I enter?
No. Ryan, you're not eligible.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking them on the green, and he is Ryan.
Sounds like you got somewhere to go, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride. Thanks, guys.
Where the fuck's he going?